What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, and make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. And in this video, we're going to be going over issue number 2 of X-Men. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with this line, go ahead and check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with this relaunch. Now, before we dive into this issue, as many of you know, I am currently on vacation, but I wanted to get a couple of videos out to you guys. I haven't posted one in about a week now, and so I think it's about time that you guys get at least 1 or 2 videos. So we're going to be covering one DC and one Marvel that released last week. And for those of you waiting for the rest of the issues, I'll be back in Texas around Tuesday or Wednesday, and I'm going to start working on pumping out all the videos that we have missed over the last week or so. And starting next weekend, we're going to be jumping back into the Indie Comics weekend. Now, in issue number 1, we saw a lot of interesting things. We're seeing the new X-Men form. We're seeing their treehouse that really popped up overnight. And this new X-Men team, their job is to really show that mutants are not the enemy. To show that mutants are here to help humanity in any way they can. Now, this is written by Gary Dugan. The artwork is by Pepe Larraz, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright guys, so as we dive into issue number 2, we are picking up in New York City in the new X-Men treehouse. And right now, Gambit is in some hot water, because right now he is gambling with a bunch of what Rogue suggests are shady individuals, inviting them back to the treehouse so they can play some cards. This really isn't the scene that they want to be seen in. They want to portray themselves as good people. And if you have some shady individuals around, the public might not see it that way. And really, it's just showing the shenanigans that are going on inside of the treehouse already into their first couple of weeks. But that's when the story takes us back to Game World. Now, we have learned that Earth is the target of some kind of intergalactic casino. Aliens from all across the galaxy are placing bets on trying to destroy Earth. And the people that are able to do it, they're the ones that get the prize. They get the reward. And so it seems it is a free-for-all on Earth right now. Because of the creation of Soul, because of mutants terraforming Mars and making Mars livable, shouting to the entire galaxy that they are now a force to be reckoned with. This has put them in the eyes of the entire galaxy, of the entire universe. And this is going to be one of the repercussions of it. And the individual we are shown is Cordyceps Jones, seeming to be running this entire gambling organization. And I'm very interested to see if we're going to be seeing him in the future, if he's going to be playing a major role in the cosmic Marvel, if you will. But what we see happen here is the aliens of Kumari come forward, and they come forward with a weapon, with a bet that they think is going to wipe out Earth. And that weapon is the Annihilation Wave. Now, I am not extremely familiar when it comes to Cosmic Marvel. I didn't read the Annihilation event, but I'm thinking it's definitely something I'm gonna go back and check out, especially now after checking out this issue. Because issue number 2, we're jumping right into the fray. They're already throwing something like the Annihilation Wave towards Earth, giving something for the X-Men to really have a challenge of. And so with all of the bets in, they go ahead and they send their messenger, sending him all the way to Kansas, United States, landing here, getting outside of the pod and consuming whatever is inside of this vase. This red liquid inside this vial, it is completely consumed, and we see a transformation. We see it transform into the Annihilation Wave. And with that, it starts breaking everything, laying havoc left and right. And this is all for sport. This is all a game. Though the lives are going to be lost, are going to be great. In the grand cosmic scheme of things, this is nothing more than a simple bet being placed on Earth. And while all of that is going on in Kansas, we have Jean Grey and Everett currently working on their connection, working on Everett's powers, really learning what and how telepathy works. You know, and personally, I think Everett's going to wind up being one of the more powerful mutants out there. one of the more powerful X-Men to exist because of his power set, because of his abilities. And not only that, after living in the vault for hundreds of years, the knowledge and wisdom that comes with that and these abilities, there are going to be few people who can truly match up against Everett. But while they are in the middle of this training, they get interrupted because they both feel a sudden loss of life. And Jean Grey knows that they need to jump into action, telepathically communicating with the rest of the X-Men, telling them that it's time to meet up, it's time to suit up, grab the jet, and let's get going. And that's what picks us up inside the jet. The entire X-Men team ready, locked, loaded, and getting their way down to Kansas. And as they zone in on the area, they realize that this is the annihilation wave. But that doesn't stop them. They do not hesitate one bit. All of them jumping straight out of the jet and getting directly into the action. And as everybody is making their attacks, this is when Cyclops starts shouting out his orders, letting Sunfire know that he needs to take the perimeter and hold it by any means necessary. Meanwhile, Polaris is going to be creating a magnetic bubble over the town, trying to protect all of the individuals that they can. And with that, we see a giant shield go up. But with this shield going up, Jean Grey, she senses something. And she tells everybody that there is a change of plans because she got some kind of ping from deep inside of the wave. Something signifying some kind of neural pathways being passed back and forth. And so this may prove vital in finding out exactly where this annihilation wave came from, why it's here, and who did this. Because by all accounts, this seems to be intentional, completely avoiding Mars altogether and slingshotting around the sun into Earth. They don't know much about where it came from, but they know for a very fact that this was an intentional attack, that somebody is targeting Earth. And so for Jean Grey to get inside of the annihilation wave, she's gonna need the help of Polaris. So what we see is Sync take her spot in holding this shield, holding it and protecting all of the people, while Polaris and Jean Grey, they make their way inside of the annihilation wave. And as everybody is doing their best to try to hold off this wave, Cyclops, he wants to do what needs to be done, and that's send in Sunfire. Sending in him, Cyclops truly believes this is going to end this wave right here, right now. But Jean Grey, she needs to get to the root of whatever signal she is pinging, because this ping it could be very vital into where it came from. And as Jean Grey makes the connection, she finds out all the information she needs to know, and she gives Cyclops the order. She tells Cyclops, it's time, take this thing out. And that's when they send in Sunfire. The huge focus, the big spotlight of this issue is freaking Sunfire. Now, we've seen his abilities throughout this X-Men run. The entire Hickman line, we've seen Sunfire really get an opportunity to shine. And this is another one of those opportunities. It's been said the Annihilation Wave nearly wiped out the entire universe. It's supposed to be one of those forces that is just ridiculously strong and a world-ending event. But the thing about that is the Annihilation Wave has never, ever faced something as powerful as Sunfire, as powerful as a mutant, as powerful as a star. And that's where we see Sunfire go in and a giant explosion. And in that explosion, the Annihilation Wave, that abomination, is completely incinerated. There is no remnants of it anywhere to be found. And what's really cool here is we get a kind of an explanation on why Sunfire is doing what he is doing. Because some people come up to him and they thank him. They thank him for saving the day. You know, he's somebody that fought for his country, the X-Men, and the Avengers. All of them really got him nowhere at the end of the day. When he made his way to Krakoa, having this new start, having this fresh start, having already served in so many ways, he volunteered to be part of the X-Men, to be part of this new team and to try to make some change. Because after seeing the transformation of Arakko, after seeing that terraforming, it really opened his eyes to the bigger picture, to the bigger things that are at stake here now. And so he more than happily volunteered to be part of this X-Men team. And as the X-Men are making their way to this barbecue, we see a very familiar face, what appears to be Gary Dugan. they appear to put the writer into this, throwing him in and just really having him here as one of the civilians that was helping protect against the annihilation wave. Now with the closing panels, we're seeing Dr. Stasis, and really he's been trying to investigate how the mutants are able to resurrect themselves. Not sure if it's clones, not sure if they're going by any kind of other means. He hasn't cracked the code yet, but they know for a fact this Cyclops has been dead. They know this Cyclops is alive now, and so they know for a fact that there is some kind of way the mutants are bringing themselves back to life after they die, essentially making themselves immortal. And so he has put in more or less contingencies to try to test this theory, to see exactly if this is true. And if it is true, that means they are going to be moving their operations, trying to figure out the secrets on how they're doing this. Because at the end of the day, they want a fighting chance. And if mutants are sitting here resurrecting themselves, there is absolutely no chance they have against them. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I think this has been a really awesome, high-paced, fast-moving, exciting issue. Throwing in a little bit of Gary Dugan in there, throwing a little bit of the annihilation wave, which I gotta go read up more on. I gotta learn more about that, definitely. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you guys think, Sunfire is just overpowered in the aspect of being able to take out the annihilation wave? Or do you think that's a testament to just how far mutants have come up to this point? But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not, do me a favor, hit that sub button. Hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next video.